Hello everyone, my name's Louise. I set up Chocolate Collective 5 years ago when I decided to go and train to become a chocolatier. I'm sure it won't come as any surprise to anybody listening to this, but chocolate starts off on a tree. It is called a Theobroma tree and it's grown in very hot countries, usually 20 degrees either side of the equator. Ghana is the biggest producer of these trees and the supply of cacao and chocolate that comes over into Europe. So the Theobroma tree, when it is fully grown, is approximately 16 feet tall and it flowers unusually for a fruit tree, because yes, it is classed as a fruit tree, twice a year. So it flowers in the spring and in the autumn time with anything up to 7,000 flowers in one flowering, which I'm sure you'll agree would be very lush to see. And the flower itself is quite small, very delicate, a little bit like our fuchsia, but it's very small like a snowdrop. So very, very pretty flower, of which 50 get pollinated to produce a cocoa pod. Now these cocoa pods are quite large, and I've got an example of one here that I had the very luxury of bringing back from Mexico, because the Mayan Indians were the first people, along with the Aztec Indians, to discover these pods on the trees. And actually, I talk a lot more about that in my school workshops. So here's a good example of one of the cocoa pods and the size of them. It is ceramic and it is very precious to me. But as you can see, it comes in a stripy colour. They do come in different colours, be it yellow, red, green, oranges, and all the way through to a very deep purple. And generally, the different colour of the pod is from the variety of the tree and the strongness of the bean that comes out of it. When the farmers clamber up the trees, which is still a very manual process, they then snap them off, just like we would an apple or a pear off our fruit trees here, and cut them open with very large knives. And inside you've got this white pulp that encases the beans. What they do then is they scrape this out into the sunshine, and the white pulp automatically disintegrates with the sun. It's called fermentation, and it's a very natural process. It takes about 10 days, after which they then are left with the beans in their entirety, to which they put in bags and sacks and send all over the world to the different manufacturing plants, where eventually they produce the lush chocolate that we like to eat. So if you are really interested to learn more about chocolate and making your own, then please take a look at my website. You'll find all of the locations in there with the availability of dates and other interesting articles to read as well. So I really look forward to hearing from you.